Yes, what's up, my people? How na day within they happen within this. So right here we have Attah, the veteran actor. We we meet again online, but this time is different. We're in an online studio. Welcome to the Mexican Crown Blog TV online studio.
Yeah, good to be here. Good to see you again, Maxon.
Yeah. How are you? How are you doing? How is Germany treating you?
Well, so far so good. I can't complain. I can't complain.
Okay. Are
Yeah,
you're a photographer, right?
yeah. I'm into
Like what do
photography
you do
as
in
well.
Germany? What type of photography?
Like photography. Yeah, I'm doing. I'm also doing a lot of photography. It's not my main job, but my style of
Okay.
photography is mostly portraits and sensual glamour style of photography. You know, I try
Okay.
to bring out
Okay.
the best in
Okay.
my clients, and yeah. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Can you tell us about your decision to move from Nigeria to Germany? What were your primary reasons behind your relocation?
Actually, I just wanted to have a change of environment. I wanted to go to a place where I could move freely, where I could just live a normal life, you know, and get away from stardom, if you can call it that. So that was one of the main reasons, because I was tired of always having to hide in a think tech car to move around. And most people would feel like, oh, I want to be known, I want to be a star and everything. But yeah, it's not so easy, like you're not free to do a whole lot of things that other people are doing because you're a role model and people are looking up to you and all that. So, for instance, in Nigeria, if I decide to ride my bicycle or something, people won't understand it. Maybe now it has changed, but back then people would think, see this actor, they use bicycle. They wouldn't understand it, you know. Or if I decide to take a walk, you know, they'll feel like, this man they walk out with leg, get motor. So some of those things were the reasons why I just felt I should go to a place where not a lot of people know me. Even though out here, you still got the African community. You have Africans here too who see me and recognize me, but they don't see me as often as they would see me back home. So that's one of the major reasons why I decided to relocate.
Okay. So how has your experience as an actor in Nigeria influenced your career in Germany? And are there any significant differences, you've noticed in the entertainment industries of both countries?
Well, let me say the major difference is just the language.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, because for you to integrate here, you need to learn the language. I mean, I would say that 90, 90 to 90 something percent, or maybe 90, 92 or more percent of Germans do speak English, good English, you know, but they value their language a lot. So, in order to integrate, you need to learn the language. So that's just the major difference, I would say. In terms of technicalities, yeah, okay, there are some steps ahead of us. Uh, Surprisingly so, you know, and
Okay.
yeah. But these are just the
Uh,
two things I would say. But our guys are doing a great job back home too. So yeah.
okay. Well, what are the challenges that you face during the transition from Nigeria to Germany, both personally and professionally, and how did you overcome them?
Did I really face any challenges? Let me not lie. So that no. Well, the only honestly, the only thing that I would say was a challenge was just the language, which I
How long?
can
How long did it take
speak
you to
that.
even learn how to speak that language?
Well, it took a little while. I would say maybe a year thereabout for me to learn. You know, and yeah,
Wow.
it, yeah. I mean, it could be shorter than that. I mean, I could also have gone for like a crash course, like an intensive course or program to learn. But yeah, I would say it took me basically about a year to learn the language. It's not like I can speak as fluently as the natives, but yeah, I do get around.
So you got married to a German.
Married? Well, people often ask me, "Are you married? Are you this, that, that?" Well, all I can say, all I can say is that I'm blessed. I'm amazingly
Okay.
blessed. Yeah,
I mean, you're amazingly blessed with kids, I guess,
I'm just
and the
blessed.
woman.
I'm just blessed. You know,
Okay.
that's all I can say. And yeah, nothing more. But I'm blessed, amazingly blessed.
Okay. Okay. I now let us move to Nollywood. Let's leave your personal life. Let's keep that aside. We might revisit that, but for now, let's just talk about Nollywood itself. Like, first, I would like to know what's dating like in Nollywood. Like, is it ever a serious thing? Or just bunch of people messing around? Is it mostly serious, among these actors and actresses, based on your
Well,
experience? I mean, what you've seen.
well, I can only speak for myself. I can't really speak for other people because every individual has a different intention. So
Yeah,
I can only speak for myself. Like yeah, definitely. When I dated in the industry, I often took the relationship serious. I yeah. So like I said, I can only speak for myself, but I don't know what other people what their intentions are when they get into a relationship. You know, but me personally, I took every relationship I had in the industry seriously.
your relationship with Genevieve, was it a serious one?
Here we go again, Genevieve.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just asking. I mean,
well, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, yeah, we had something going. Yeah, we were both serious, but for some reasons, we had to break up when we had to break up. But that doesn't mean that the whole thing
how
wasn't
long did
serious.
that last?
To be honest, I don't remember. I think maybe about 2 years or thereabout. I think about 2 years
Wow,
or
that actually
almost two
sounds
years.
serious.
Yes, yes.
Like, how many people knew about the relationship at that time?
I don't know. I mean,
Was it
first of
like
all, like a secret
was it a secret
relationship or
relationship where you just do,
no, no, it
like, you
wasn't.
guys
It wasn't a secret.
intentionally? Oh,
No, no,
oh,
no, no, no.
oh,
We went places together. It wasn't like a secret or something, or like it wasn't like we were having an affair or fling or something. We were serious with each other. Um, but there was no social media. You just had the
yeah.
what some people refer to as junk magazines. I don't know why they call them junk, but you know, they were the ones who wrote about these things once in a while. But I mean, if it would have been
Okay,
now
okay, okay.
with social media and everything, I'm sure it would have been
With
out
social
there.
media.
Even yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure about that. But no, we didn't
yeah.
hide anything from anybody.
Okay. So who messed up? Who messed it all up?
Nobody, nobody messed up. We're both good, but I mean, for some reason, it just didn't work out.
I mean, I'm talking about yourself and Genevieve. Like,
Yes, yes,
who
yes, yes.
actually like messed up? That's what I'm saying. Nobody messed
No,
up.
no,
How is
no,
that
none
possible?
of us. She was good. She was good to me. I was good to her. But I mean, along the line, we just felt like, yeah, it wasn't working out, and then we decided to part ways. But we're not enemies.
Would you blame it on your profession because
Nope,
of what both of you are into?
no, no,
Okay, okay,
not at all.
okay, okay.
Yes.
So, so having been in the entertainment industry for a long time, would you allow any of your kids to marry a Nollywood actress?
Well, um, first of all, when the kids are there and the kids grow up and everything, they have to decide for themselves. I wouldn't decide for kids what
But they will
who they
need your
want to marry.
blessings because you okay, they will need your blessings. We don't want to go to your own to your private life now, but they will need your
Yes.
blessings. Like, what would be your advice to your kid that wants to make that decision, a lifetime decision?
To marry from Nollywood.
Yes,
The
a
question is about
Nollywood
Nollywood.
actress. Yeah.
Well, like I said, um, it would be the decision. First of all, well, you have to look before you leap. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
in every industry, in every profession in life, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, so no matter what, you have
Mm-hmm.
good people in every industry. So as long as the child, knows what he or she is looking for and feels like, oh, I found the love of my life. Yeah, definitely. Um, when I'm in that position, I would ask questions. I would want to find out more about the person in question, find out about the family background. These are very important things, and then find out if they're both compatible. So that's basically before I can give my blessings. So I'm not gonna give my blessings based on if the person is from Nollywood or from Bollywood or from anywhere. You know, it has to do with character. That's the most important thing.
Let's talk about um Nollywood on Netflix. The
Yeah.
movies on Netflix and stuff. I remember talking with Shegun Arinze about this, and I don't know. I'll try to play like a very short clip here, and you can tell me your thought about it.
Okay.
I I, I hope that you don't because being biased, it's understandable, but I just hope that is not the case this time. Okay, let's listen to Shegun
Well,
Arinze, and I would like to hear your own thoughts, about what he's got to say. I hope you are able to see it on your end.
yeah.
It's like somebody just sit down one day and just come up with something.
If the storyline is bad, you want to get on Netflix.
But I've seen some movies that I don't know. Maybe it's just a personal
It's
thing.
exactly. You just hit the nail on the head. It's a personal thing. There are no stupid stories. It depends on the
So,
treatment.
what is your thoughts about this part? Like, I told Shegun Arinze during our interview that look, I've seen movies, which I even saw another movie yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the storylines are pretty bad. Now, if you're to compare storylines back then during your time and now, what is
hmm
your take on this thing? Like, please be sincere.
Well, to be honest, like I said before, when I talked about uh, humans, like I said, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly. Also, with stories, you have also the good, the bad, and the ugly. I can understand what Shegu Ariza was trying to say, that there are no bad stories, but I wouldn't totally agree that there are no bad stories. Sometimes a bad story can be redirected into becoming a good story. But sometimes a bad story that is not well played out makes a mess of the whole thing. So yeah, there are some movies that I've seen on Netflix, some Nigerian movies that I've seen on Netflix that I wonder how they got there. But there are some that are really amazing too. That I was like, yeah, I can see that there's a lot of improvement in the industry since I left the scene. So yeah, I don't totally agree with Shagwa Ariza that there are no bad stories. There are some bad stories and badly executed productions that are out there that I keep wondering how they found their way there. But we have some good ones to make up for it as well.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
good. Do
can't
you
see
have
you
more
anymore.
more
You disappeared.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so there, I mean, there were rumors which I'm sure you're aware of alleged prostitution in Nollywood and people using Nollywood for something else, and these crazy stories about snatching people's husband. Is there a point, or has there been any point in your life where you look back and be like, "Wow, I miss old Nollywood. I miss how it used to be back then."
Well,
Because the
yeah,
way you know how like actresses are tagged now and the
yeah,
controversies and scandals, you know.
yeah.
Has there been a point where you sit back and be like, wow, look at what it has become?
Well, yeah. Sometimes I look at things happening right now. Like this is the era of social media, so it doesn't make it any better right now. So everything is out there, and what baffles me the most is how a lot of people just put their private lives out there, and
Hmm.
people rather than settle things one on one, they put it on social media for people to people they don't know to have a say, you know, in their relationship or their marriages or whatever. So these things I see them and I'm like, I'm wondering, why do people do this? Why do you prefer to wash your dirty linen in public? Um, when we started, like I said, there was no social media, and things weren't as toxic as they seem to be right now. You know, uh, there was competition, but it was quite healthy. So yeah, we try to push each other to get better. You know, but now what I see is, you know, like you have a lot of rivalry. Um, yeah, nobody's trying to lift the other person up. Everybody just wants to be the number one.
Does that make you feel a certain way, like at some point?
Well, uh, yeah, like I said, sometimes I look at it and I wonder, like, but I understand it. I mean, the world keeps
Okay.
evolving, so I can understand it. I know why it's happening, but it doesn't make it right all the same.
Okay. Um the this is out there and it's been happening for a long time. We've seen reports about this, and we've seen actors coming online to appeal for funds. and the female actors doing better than the male actors. And I even discussed this with Shego and Rinze. I just want us to quickly watch the clip and you let me know your thought about it.
So I don't know where this conversation is coming from that actresses do better than men. There are actresses who are languishing, who are stewing in poverty. Permit me to use that word. My grace is different from your grace. So I think it's preposterous. I think it's stupid. I think it's obnoxious for you to come and say that women are doing better than men in Nollywood. No, it's a level playing ground for everybody. It's how you package yourself.
I mean, what do you think about this? Because I feel like it's obvious that women are doing better than men in Nollywood.
Well, back to what my colleague Shagariza said. Okay, uh, I agree with him to an extent where he said that there are some women in Nollywood that are not doing well. You know, okay, but when we do the maths, actually, I think the women in Nollywood, most of them are doing much better than the men. Most of them, when we do the maths, okay. But it doesn't mean, like you said, that there aren't those who are languishing in poverty. All right. But yeah, from what we see on social media and everything, except it's just packaging. But we see a lot of exhibition on social media, and it's mostly from the females. The guys are doing well too. The guys are doing well too. But the ratio, when you measure it, the women that are doing well are more than the guys that are doing well. How they do it, I don't know. Well, like Shegun said, it's grace. Okay, let's agree that that is just about grace. If there's more going on, if you ask me, now who I go ask? I know they there. Oh.
Do you think this is fair? I mean, these guys work their a off and ended up getting peanuts. About the actors who come out and appeal for funds. What do you think what do you think could be done? What is the solution to this?
Oh, Nollywood needs to be restructured. Like all these things. You know, in Hollywood, you have like royalties. Okay, now in Hollywood, in Nollywood, you don't have anything like royalties. So once you shoot a film, you get paid, and that's it. You don't get anything extra. Even if the film keeps selling for the next 50 years, you get nothing more. You just get your artist fee, and that's it. And some of these actors, um, they don't get jobs that often. Okay, so they finish a production. By the time the next production comes around, they would have finished spending what they got from the other production. So they hardly have enough to save. But if you're getting paid royalties, then it will go a long way to help most of these actors. Okay, because a lot of the movies that, for instance, some of the movies that I did way back, you know, once in a while you see the producer of the movie or the executive producer uploading this movie on platforms like YouTube and the rest of them, and they're
YouTube,
still
yeah.
cashing off from the movies. Okay, but do I get anything extra? No, I don't. I don't get anything extra from it. So for the fact that I'm fortunate to be in a better position, what about those who are out there who just depend solely on whatever they get from film production? So that's why when it
Were
happens,
you part of
like,
the highest paid during your time?
oh yes, definitely, definitely, you know. definitely. I was, and I still will be. Anytime I decide to come back, I can tell you that authoritatively. That's if I decide to come back, But yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was doing pretty well in the industry before I left. I actually left, I would say, at the peak of my career. So yeah, of course, I earned a lot from the industry. We basically started this industry, like the first,
Yeah.
the first English home video. I was a part of it, Glamour Girls, you know, way back, shot in 1994. So yeah, so
What
that
do you
is
think
the
about
rise of the
cliques?
cliques.
Cliques in Nollywood.
Yeah, of course,
I
there
I
are
really would
cliques.
like to hear your opinion on this. Yeah,
The clique thing.
because yeah, because there've been um reports out there about certain group of people controlling Nollywood, and if you're not part of this group of people, you will you'll be struggling to get roles, like major roles, and even be struggling to get jobs. So what's your take on this, based on your own experience?
To be honest, and I crossed my heart
I
when
mean,
I
I mean, I
was
could say,
yeah,
because you are one of the highest paid back then. I mean, I could say that maybe you were part
I
of
was
some
part of the clique.
cliques.
No,
I
that's why I
mean,
said I crossed my heart. I never belonged to any clique. I just had you know marketers who liked to work with me, but I was never part of any clique. Never ever. You know, I guess the fact that, like I said, I'm one of the pioneers of Nollywood industry, so that was enough to keep me going. That was enough to get me as many jobs as possible because I already paid my dues. Am I saying that there are no cliques? I would be lying if I said that. But I didn't belong to any clique. I didn't belong to any clique. Never. The jobs were just coming. Maybe like Shegun
but
Rizzi
but
said,
but did you
I had the
experience? Did
grace.
did you see this play out around you?
The clique thing, probably
Yes.
shortly before I left Niger. Yeah, I started noticing things like that. Like people were even verbal about it, like, oh, this clique or that clique. But it was all about, okay, you have this clique, and they always worked with, I would say, the same set of people. And then
Were there some spiritual things attached to this whole clique thing?
oh, yeah. Are we talking about Illuminati now or what?
I
I,
mean, I mean, let me speak for myself. I've seen stories on social media about these
yeah,
cliques, and they said it's spiritual, like diabolic practices and stuff. And if you're not part of these cliques, some of these
yeah.
cliques, um, then you probably would suffer. And when I mean suffer, I'm not talking about like languishing and stuff like that. I'm talking about like
You won't
struggle
get
to get
jobs.
roles, and yeah, to
You won't
get
get
jobs,
roles.
like your face, yeah, things like that.
Well, okay. Let me just say it like this. When you talk about people being diabolic, I would say it's a general thing. I think it's a general thing, especially in Africa. You know, We- I've not experienced any diabolic stuff before, but I know and I've heard that yeah, it does exist. You have it. Even footballers do it. Some some actors, I'm sure, are into it. Musicians are into it. But the clique that
Yeah.
I'm talking about back in the day when I was still you know, in Niger. It was just a clique. Like, it had nothing to do with being diabolic. It's just like you have this group and they're constantly working with each other, you know. So they say, okay, this one now, this one, they don't form clique, you know. So you're not able to break into that clique, and then you have another clique that will only work with certain artists at a time, you know. So that's the clique that I was referring to. But when it comes to the diabolical clique, my hand no devil. I'm sure they exist. In fact, they do exist, of course. One more thing, Maxon. I just want to say something. Like, I want to give kudos to the entertainment industry in Nigeria, like the music industry and also
Yeah.
Nollywood. Uh, I just want to say that people should be steadfast. They should keep doing what they're doing, but at the same time, people
Okay.
shouldn't be desperate. People shouldn't be
Yeah.
desperate. You know, because I know there are some baits out there that can influence a lot of people and they become so desperate and they're
For
willing to
fame.
do anything, just about anything to get to the top, you know? Um, yeah, a lot can happen. So don't think that it's not everything that glitters that is gold. That's just all I can say. People shouldn't be desperate. Don't be careful who you're looking up to because you don't know what price they might
Hmm.
have paid to get there. That's all.
Amazing.